Some sour sauce, some yogurt.
You are the real YouTuber.
Uh-huh. What would you rank it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars.
I get 4.5.
4.5. I agree.
If you get a 5.
I get 4.5 because they were missing a few items. Like they didn't have a couple of items on the menu. But I wanted to get something else, right? But the food we did get was really good. It's just real, authentic Indian food with an authentic Thai girl. It's a lot of rice to get with. Full stomach, happy Danny.
All right, guys, so what you saw was not some kind of billionaire dating lifestyle, man. I know in America they train us to think that in order to get a beautiful woman who treats you well, you got to be making $250 million a year or else you're worthless. That's not how things go overseas, man. So in America, we think that romance requires an expensive dinner, nice car, fancy wardrobe, designer this, designer that. But that's not what love romance requires, man. It's what we've been programmed to think it requires. In America, a lot of us are programmed to think that dating should be painful. Like if you're not giving so much that it's painful, then you're not doing enough, bro. If the restaurant isn't expensive enough, the girl might say, oh, are you broke? Are you some kind of brokey? A guy might feel like if he's not spending a lot of his wealth, then he's basically gonna be invisible. So it's not that you're underqualified for romance, it's that you're in an environment where the cost for romance is artificially inflated, and it's more inflated than it's ever been before. So it's not that you need to be a millionaire to date better, it's that you need to get out of the environment where the cost of dating and romance is the highest in the world. So on a normal date night in America, you might need to pay for the Uber, gas prices, you go to a restaurant, maybe you take her to a second spot, and by the end of the night, you feel like, dang, this date right here just turned into a business expense. I'm spending money on this when I could be investing into something else. The return on investment on the date is kind of brutal. It's like you show up to the date, you feel like you're in a freaking job interview and you're being cross-examined by the FBI. She wants to know about your job, your height, where's your apartment, how much that apartment costs, how many followers you got on social media. Oh man, you ain't got enough followers on your social media. Disqualified. You're basically paying for humiliation, man. You walk her to the Uber at the end of the night, barely get a freaking side hug, man. What the heck? And now you're down money, you're down confidence, and you're still alone, man. You're still alone. So America is already draining you of your energy and your money for the cost of living, all the BS you might have to deal with at your job. And now you're dealing with some dating stress, man. It's just like the final slap in the nuts, man. You're just getting hit from all different angles. Like it feels like dating in the West can turn a man into some kind of unpaid sponsor for women who don't even like him. So if you're tired of working hard in the States, spending all kind of money on dates and getting basically zero return on investment, offer a free 15-minute Get Overseas strategy call. We can map out your plan to get overseas. I'm currently in Southeast Asia right now, having the time of my life. I recommend using English teaching. English teaching is the fastest way for us Americans to get overseas, making consistent income. I've been doing it for over 12 years. I help other guys do it too. So you can also do it, man. So get on a call with me. We can map out your plan to get overseas, man. So click the link in the pinned comment and description. This overseas lifestyle could be yours. So right now I'm in Thailand. Guys ask me all the time about the cost of dating Thai women. I'll be honest with you guys, man. Thailand is very cost affordable on basically every level. Like you can show a girl a good time on a date without needing to blow hundreds of dollars from your bank account. Like in America, a basic dinner date can feel like a punch in the stomach. But in Thailand, you can do a date filled with walking, some food, man, going by the beach. You can get all kind of stuff going on in your date without needing to blow the bank. And over here, women are typically more traditional. So, if you have confidence, if you're a pretty good leader, making smart decisions, if you're disciplined, that matters a lot more to women than just blowing a lot of money on some fancy date. They take photos, they freaking crop you out of the photo, don't even want you in the photo. You don't really have to deal with that so much over here. And that changes the dating dynamic tremendously. So when you show up to the date, you don't really have to worry about the girl milking you for money and picking like the most expensive thing on the food item, you know, trying to pop bottles on your tab. You don't really have to deal with that so much over here. Just taking her to a local restaurant, getting dessert, you know, doing some other kind of activities, movies. Maybe if you really like her, take her on a weekend trip. You can do all that for probably lower than what you spend for one date in America. So as a man, when you know that you can comfortably afford the date, you're not going to be counting like every appetizer she orders off the menu. You don't need to check your bank account before every date. You know, you got to check your bank balance, make sure you got enough in there for when that credit card hits the machine. You don't have to worry about all that so much. And overseas, because your mind is a lot more relaxed, you're not in a constant financial struggle, you're a lot better able to be present in the moment and enjoy the time with the person you're on a date with. So in America, sometimes it feels like things are super transactional, but overseas, especially in places like Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, when you go on a date, you can kind of relax, man. You're not really worried about, you know, an interrogation between two people. You both are a lot more relaxed because you both understand your role and you're both comfortable in the role that you're playing. And a man who provides from stability is a lot more attractive than a man who provides from a state of panic where he feels overwhelmed and not sure if he can survive. Now, just because things are more affordable overseas, that doesn't mean you should be stupid with your finances or that you shouldn't have proper budgeting. It's still extremely important to have boundaries, standards, and discipline. You're not trying to save a bar girl, man. You gotta have some kind of personal responsibility to yourself. But the point is that you're a lot more attractive when your generosity comes from a position of surplus rather than a position of desperation. So the question isn't whether romance overseas is possible. The question is, how are you going to fund your lifestyle overseas without being some kind of Wall Street millionaire who's living off dividends? I highly suggest English teaching. I've been doing it for 12 years. It's the fastest way for us Americans to get overseas making consistent income. If you do things the way I suggest, you can find different job options in less than 30 days. Like I have a client who I just met with. He got a job in just 3 weeks of applying during a time where it's not even the high hiring season. Like he got a job during a time where it's kind of an awkward time for school. It's kind of mid-semester. And he was able to get hired fairly quickly. And over here, you're able to geo-arbitrage. That means that you're able to live at a much lower cost of living relative to your salary. So you have time for gym, self-development, dating, without worrying about, hey, should I be working overtime at my job to stack more money? You can work less and enjoy life more and still advance on your overall life goals. And in Asia especially, teaching is a very respected role. As a teacher, you have a place in the community. You have immediate value to a lot of people around you, especially if you're teaching something like English, where a lot of people feel like English is what they need to advance in life. So the fact that you have that skill, it puts you a notch above a lot of other people in terms of how you're perceived. And English teaching won't necessarily completely 180 your life. Like you still need to have some discipline. You still need to develop yourself as a person, take care of your appearance, your health. But the point is, English teaching puts you in a position to do that overseas. It gives you the stepping stone to an overseas life that you can build and become a man of abundance, the kind of man that women want you, man. Women pursue you. So yeah, I got the link in the pinned comment in the description for the free 15-minute Get Overseas strategy call. We can map out your plan, typically from 30 to 90 days. It's the amount of time it takes guys who follow my instructions for them to get overseas, living a better life. And you can do it too, man. Just do what I tell you to do. I'm an expert in this field. I've been doing this for over a decade, man. Follow the instructions I give you, and there's a super high chance that your life's going to be a lot better 30 to 90 days from now. And I also have a private membership on this YouTube channel called the Baht Bros Club. When you click the join button on this video, you'll be taken to my membership area. I have all kind of exclusive videos that, you know, I show for members only. I have income videos, how you can make overseas income remotely. A lot of dating stuff back there, stuff I don't want to put publicly, only for my selected few guys who are part of my membership. And you get all kind of content back there for living this overseas travel lifestyle. So I highly suggest you take advantage of it. Click the join button on this video, sign up for the Baht Bros Club. So yeah, stop letting American dating convince you that you need to have some kind of billionaire salary just to get romance. You can have romance for a much more affordable price in foreign countries, especially countries like Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia. Asia in general is a lot more reasonable than what guys are dealing with in America. So hopefully you take action on this, and see you in the next video.